and I didn't fall, I caught myself. I didn't really notice right away, but as the night wore on, I started getting sore in my back, and I went to the doctor the next day. I had MRIs. I've had the epidurals. I had a myelogram. I had a discogram. I consulted with some doctors on surgery. I just could never get rid of the pain. It was always there. Eventually, I could not work anymore. I had severe pain in my lower back on the right side, which sometimes radiated down my leg into my foot. And I couldn't sleep. I couldn't vacuum, do laundry. Just a lot of times I was scared to get in and out of the car. Taking a shower was a real treat. I was always afraid I was going to fall because I lost my sense of balance. The pain was always there, sometimes more intense than others, but I always noticed it, no matter what I was doing, just sitting, relaxing, watching television in my favorite lounge chair. I could never sit still because I could never get comfortable. It's been 4 years. It'll be 4 years this March since when I hurt myself. And I went to physical therapy, massages. I even tried acupuncture. Nothing seemed to work. Nothing. And so I had read about the DRX, is that right? DRX? The DRX 900. I saw the advertisements in the newspaper quite a few times, and finally it piqued my curiosity. They also offered a free exam, no cost, and to discuss my injury and also to tell me more about how the process worked and everything. They set up financing for me, which was wonderful since I haven't been working for some time. I was able to get the treatments without paying any pocket costs right off the bat. And the payments I'm making are reasonable, so I can afford that. And it was just amazing. Now, the first couple of weeks, the first time I was on the table, it felt really good. But afterwards, I was quite sore, which they told me was usual. And after the second week, I started seeing some improvement, mostly in my balance, but also in my pain level. At one point, while I was on the table, my back popped like a noise. I heard it, I felt it, and it was a relief. On a 1 to 10 scale, my pain level was always at least a 6 or a 7. It was higher at times. Say I tried to bake a birthday cake for my husband, and just that extra time spent in the kitchen, doing normal everyday things would just put me back in pain for 2-3 days, severe pain. And then I'd have to rest after I did anything strenuous at all. I used to walk, hike a lot, throw frisbee, a lot of outdoor activities, and I just was unable to do any of those things anymore, which was very frustrating. And so after a couple weeks, I started seeing some relief. My pain level was not always so high. And by the time I was done, it was such a noticeable difference that I was just amazed. I was amazed. I can now get in the shower. This is my biggest thing. When you get out of the shower and you're drying your feet, I could never do that. I had to hold on to something and then use one hand to dry, which wasn't working very well. And now I'm not afraid to get in and out of the shower. Oops. And I can balance without pain, and that's one thing that's really been wonderful. Oh, the staff is wonderful. They're all very friendly. I got to know everyone on a first name basis. Anything you need, they'll be happy. And the other people that were coming for treatments also, it was kind of a little group. We looked forward to seeing each other. We swapped recipes. The staff was very friendly, caring, always, willing to listen to anything, any kind of questions they would answer. I feel like these people are my second family now. Since I haven't been working, because of my back, the finances have been very tight. My husband has a good job. He makes decent money, but with previous credit card bills, etc., we were having a hard time, coming out at the end of the month. We'd have to wait to go to the grocery store because we'd have to wait for that next paycheck because the rent had just gotten paid. And they came up with there's a company that they use that came up with financing. It was very convenient, all through the mail. We were approved that day in the office. The phone calls were made and we got approval, signed the papers, and I began my treatment the next day. I get a bill in the mail. I can pay more if I want, so I'll be able to pay it off quicker. The finance charge is low. We're doing just fine with that. Oh, it was definitely worth it. It was definitely worth it. I feel 100% better. I'm able to do the things I wasn't able to do for at least 3 years. And I'm looking forward to starting a new job as soon as I find one. And I feel like I'll be able to work a full 8-hour shift, 5 days a week, and go back to work full time, which will be wonderful because I've gained some weight while I was sitting around the house unable to work. So this has just been a wonderful experience. I feel like I've got my life back. I know it's a relatively new treatment, but it's really worth it. After you talk to the staff and understand the procedure, you see the films, and it starts to make more sense with your own injury, where you can actually see how this will be helping you. I definitely recommend at least come for a consultation, meet the staff, and then you can make your own mind up. But you will also see, when you come in the office, you'll see people actually laying on the table, and you can talk to the people that are in the office at the time and see what their reaction, how this has helped them, other people. And you'll also see the progress that the other patients make day by day, week by week, and you'll start to want to hug each other and say, hey, look at you, you're tying your shoelaces again. Things like that. Yeah, what can it can't hurt. It's, no obligation or anything. You might as well come in, find out what it's all about at least, and, make up your own mind.